It's the Weather Extreme video. This is the afternoon edition for Tuesday, August 9th. I'm James Spann. Another soupy air mass in place over Alabama today with a number of showers around. Chances for showers will stay relatively high for the rest of this week. Let's check things out. There's the water vapor satellite view. Of course, the primary westerly winds aloft are way up north on the Canadian border. There's an upper low that's drifting around over extreme southeast Alabama, southwestern Georgia. And bands are wrapping around that. And the dew points are very high. We'll check the radar. That was the way things looked at 2:23. You know, this morning we talked about the greatest coverage of showers on the western side of the state. Well, guess what? The greatest coverage of showers on the western side of the state. Sometimes it works out, but still, anybody could see some rain this evening. And in this kind of air mass, a shower could drop at any time. Check out those precipitable water values. That's remarkable. Those numbers through West Alabama really approaching 3 inches in spots, which is just in the 99th percentile. The air a little drier, you can see on the eastern side of the state. That's why the showers are not quite as extensive there. But where showers do form, especially where you see those burnt orange colors or purple colors, the rain can be very heavy and come down very quickly for a brief time. Check out the numbers. Hey, no 90s on that board today. How about that? In our state, you got some in Mississippi, but Birmingham, Anniston, Gadsden, 85, Tuscaloosa, 84. That's fantastic. About 8 degrees below average. On the watch warning map, we got heat advisories west of the state and a flash flood watch for Mobile and Baldwin counties, and then over into Escambia and Okaloosa counties in Florida for the possibility of flooding. This is the convective outlook. Of course, in this kind of pattern, the severe weather threats will stay well to the north. This is today. Here's tomorrow. And day 3, Thursday. Marginal risk from the plains of Colorado up to about Milwaukee and Madison, Wisconsin. This is the rain for the next 5 days. And again, down here across the Deep South, big numbers. Alabama with a fairly tight gradient showing up. We should mention this is the rain through Sunday morning. You go from about 3/4 of an inch on the eastern side of the state to 7 inches down at Dauphin Island. And understand, we all know that this is just a guideline, that the rain, observed rain, will not look like this. But again, based on that deeper moisture axis, this is probably the right idea. Guys at NHC put an X over the Gulf Coast with a surface low there, but the chance of that developing is it's 0% in the short term, 0% in the long term. We don't expect any tropical storm issues across the Atlantic Basin anytime soon, even though we are approaching the peak of the hurricane season. Here we go, model fans. Check things out. This is the GFS, the 12Z run, valid tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Heights are up a little bit, but still the higher heights are east of the state, and really things won't change much. A lot of clouds around, occasional showers, mid to upper 80s, much like today. Same thing Thursday, surface low just west of the state, and the same thing on Friday. And a pretty good chance we're going to make it all the way through Friday with no 90s around here. Pretty remarkable for mid-August. What about the weekend? Things not changing much. A soupy air mass, at least on Saturday. We'll expect scattered showers and storms, maybe numerous at times. Sunday, the GFS looking a little drier, suggesting the showers becoming fewer in number with a bit more sun and maybe temperatures around 90. And next week looks a little more typical for August. We should see low 90s returning. This is Monday, and here's a week from today, Tuesday the 16th, a flat ridge. And you can see partly sunny conditions, maybe a storm in spots with low 90s. This is the end of the forecast period. Friday of next week, August 19th. Troughing up in the northeast. Drier air trying to push in here, but probably won't make it. Check the numbers. Highs in the 80s through Saturday, and then back in the low 90s early next week, and lows across the board in the 70s. That's it for the Weather Extreme video today. We'll have notes in the blog. The next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you can't catch us this evening on the live stream or the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.